Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, please have a seat.
Thank you so much, sir.
So why do you write AOJSVI?
Sir, actually, my brother's name was Yashasvi.
Okay.
So my mother was very much struggling with the fact that my brother's roll number comes at the last in the classroom.
Yeah.
So she preferred to add an A. So actually, the pronunciation comes out to be Aujasvi.
Yeah. Aujasvi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Aujasvi.
Does it have a meaning?
Yes, sir. Ojas is actually in aura.
Ojas we know, but
Yes, sir.
Aujasvi.
The person who radiates that aura.
Yeah.
When a sage meditates, the aura behind his back is known as Ojas.
Okay.
So the person who is considered enlightened, that might be the meaning of Ojasvi.
Good.
We appreciate it, and we
Thank you so
hope you will also be coming out with such
You
very
radiate
good
aura.
wishes. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Huh?
Okay. So, what has been your educational qualification?
Sir, I've done my bachelor's in technology. Then I've done my law, LLB. And then I've been working
So,
since then.
why did you think of doing LLB after BTech?
Sir, obviously, I agree that it is a very unorthodox option. But it came out of interest. And second of all, when I thought of civil services, I thought this might add value to the kind of profession that I'm preferring.
How do you think that?
Sir, as an administrator, basic task, what I think basic task is to follow the laws and implement those laws. And reading law added to my vocabulary. I am able to learn and read law very simplistically.
Just give me one example.
Sir, when we read section 302, attempt
302 is not our concern.
Okay, sir. Sir,
As an administrator, you are not bothered because that is a police case.
obviously,
So
sir.
it's a IPC case. Now I'm giving you a hint.
Okay, sir.
So what will happen? How will you use it? How will you use your knowledge of law as administrator?
Sir, what little knowledge I have about administration is that whenever a law is passed by the Parliament of India, it ultimately gets implemented by the state governments as well as which percolates down to the local administration.
So
And local administration has their own interpretations of local interpretations of laws. And what I believe, reading those laws and interpreting in the district itself is the focus. It will add value. My
that's why
education
I'm
will add.
asking. Can you give me one example of that?
So what I can think of right.
Some law which is implemented by administrators.
So what I can think of right now is right to food legislation.
Okay. What is that?
Sir, it provides subsidized food to 67% of the population.
How come they have arrived at the figure of 67%?
Sir, I'm sorry, I'm not very well versed with this subject.
Okay. Now tell me, recently the budget has been presented to the parliament.
Yes, sir.
Whether it was a joint session or an individual session of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, what was it?
Sir, on the first day, the Honorable President of India addresses both
No,
the
I'm
joint
not
session.
asking. I'm asking only the presentation of the budget.
Presentation of budget happens in both the houses, but the Honorable Finance Minister gives her speech in the Lok Sabha, the House of People.
Any Lok Sabha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me, there's a lot of emphasis on agriculture this time.
Yes, sir.
Why it is so?
So because we have in the recent past seen a downslide in the agricultural output and agriculture, there has been a demand, there has been an agricultural distress all over the country.
No, there are two things you are speaking.
Yes, sir.
One is demand.
Yes, sir.
Second, you are talking about distress.
Distress.
So if the demand is high,
Yes, sir.
it means you want more production. That's why they are doing it.
Sir, what I understand with the situation right now is the rural demand is very less because the agricultural distress is there. There is less.
What do you mean by agriculture distress?
So the farmers are not able to sell, get remunerative prices for their produce.
But
in the
the
market.
government is declaring MSPs.
Yes, sir.
So they are getting very high prices.
So, but
On the other hand, foreign countries,
yes, sir.
they are complaining that you are declaring MSPs. So it is becoming very difficult for us to export the grains, etc., to India.
But sir, there are obviously certain loopholes in the procurement side of the government.
Just like, for example,
There are certain leakages. The FCI, which procures the local produce of farmers, it is not doing job up to the mark.
no, but how does it relate to the stress?
So there are stress on multiple occasions, like
Yeah,
the
that's
environmental
true.
factors are there, the political factors are
No,
there.
environmental factors for agriculture,
Yes, sir.
like example.
Like the climate change has
Yeah.
thrown up a certain situation where extreme climate is the new normal
But
in
do
our
you
country.
think that in our country we have shortage of food grains?
On the contrary, sir, we have excess of food
Yes,
grains.
So
Yes,
how,
sir.
how do you say that is a distress of that sort?
Yes, sir. But the distress basically comes out from the fact that a farmer is not able to market them very well in the product.
So what is
And-
the objective of the government now? In the budget, what are they declaring? What do they want to achieve?
Sir,
In this budget, everyone
sir.
is saying a lot of emphasis on agriculture,
yes, sir.
this and this. So what ultimately they are aiming at achieving?
Sir, the government is visioning to double the farmers' income by 2022, sir.
How are they planning to do that?
Sir, there are multiple interventions that can be done.
Like for example,
Like for the input cost, for filling up the input cost, the government is providing Kisan Samman Nidhi, 6,000 rupees in 3 installments.
6,000 rupees is very small amount. 6,000 rupees is not going to add anything. Ultimately, they are not spending on agriculture inputs. It is supposed to be. Why it has been said that it is agriculture inputs assistance? Can you tell me?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not.
Why
able to-
6,000 rupees when they are giving
Yes, sir.
to the farmers?
Yes, sir.
Why are they calling it that this is the assistance for agriculture inputs? Is there anything related to WTO norms?
I'm not very well versed with this. Sorry, sir.
Do you have those idea of those boxes, blue box, red box, orange box, and
Yes,
white
sir.
box?
I do have an idea.
Now connected.
Sir, the amber box subsidy there is, it basically proclaims that the government cannot directly procure the produce of the farmers from the producer itself. But yes, when they add it to the input cost, then it gets included in the blue box subsidy.
Now,
So
what is the difference between blue box and amber box then?
amber box is absolutely prohibited in the.
Absolutely prohibited. There's a limit provided in that.
Sir, there is a public stockholding limit. Yes.
No, what is the limit of subsidy in that particular amber box?
Sir, I'm not very well aware about this.
Okay, forget about it. No need. So now, tell me that there is another concept which has been thrown in this particular budget.
Yes, sir.
That they have given three basic objectives that you might be knowing all the three objectives. What are the three objectives of this particular budget? Central focus objectives.
Sir, I have not read the budget yet, sir.
You have not read the budget.
No, sir.
Economic survey.
I've taken a look. I've just read the newspaper reports on economics.
Okay,
Yes,
but what is the most important point they have indicated in that survey? What has happened in our economy last year? Because there are two parts in economic survey.
yes, sir.
One tells about what has happened,
Yes, sir.
and second talks about what should be done.
What should be done? Yes, sir.
So, what has happened? What is the highlight of that?
Sir, there is an economic slowdown in the economy.
They have not mentioned it anywhere. That is the interpretation you are saying.
Okay, sir.
Only guessing. What are the things they have mentioned?
Sir, what I can recollect right now is they have focused too much on the entrepreneurial side of it. They have tried to suggest that subsidies should be rationalized and demand should be.
You are on a different line. Okay.
Yes, okay, sir.
Don't bother. There's nothing to bother. You can always study it. And
Yes, sir.
there's no answer which is a wrong answer.
Yes, sir.
Secondly, what have they suggested? And whether those suggestions given in economic survey,
Yes, sir.
have they been connected to the main budget or not? And which one? If yes, which one of those been connected to the main budget?
Sir, I'm sorry, I'm not very well versed with both the things, economic survey as well as the budget. So I'm not able to
Okay,
answer.
then what do you understand by citizens' charter?
So citizens charter for an organization is the
For government, just think of a collectorate.
okay, sir.
That's the simplest thing is, most of the people know about the collector. So what do you mean by citizen charter for the collectorate?
Sir, what the citizens should expect from the collectorate, that what services it will provide and in what time it will provide.
Okay. So what are the basic concepts there? The basic concepts in formulating the Citizens Charter?
Sir, the basic underlying concept is right to service delivery, right to delivery of public service.
Right to deliver public service. But there are two things which I use. One is vision and another is mission.
Yes, sir.
The first two things.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the difference between these two and how are they connected?
Sir, vision is a broader objective of a particular scheme or a program, and missions are
Not programs. We are talking about
Citizens Charter.
Citizens Charter.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Sir, and missions are very small deliverable outputs that collectorate would require. That, for example, if a particular person applies for their pensions, then it has to be dispersed within this stipulated time. That is the mission. But the larger vision is that every single person who expects and who is connected with the pensionary system should get the pension within the time limit.
So people have been fighting for Lokpal for so many years. What is the current status of Lokpal? And whether Lokpal is a personality, or the organization?
So Lokpal is an ombudsman, and currently recently
Lokpal is organization or a person?
Lokpal is a person, sir.
Lokpal is a person.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And recently in 2019,
Mm.
a former Supreme Court judge has been appointed as the first Lokpal of India.
First Lokpal has already been appointed.
Yes, sir.
So what will they be doing? When this separate body for handling corruption, CBI is there, another body, ED is there, right? In all the states, we have anti-corruption bureaus, we have Central Vigilance Commission. So what will be the difference between all these organizations and then Lokpal? Lokpal is basically an organization.
Okay, sir. Thank you for that input, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, Lokpal, what we are trying to achieve is that there is a umbrella organization that deals with all the cases pertaining to the administrative part of the administrative system of India.
No, I'm not understood.
Sir, it is an umbrella organization which will include in itself it will have powers to give directions to the CBI, the CVC, and other enforcement authorities if the case is referred or subsumed by the Lokpal itself.
You know, one very important saying goes like this, that in the Supreme Court it has been stated that CBI is just like parrot.
Yes, sir.
Of the government. So, what do you mean by that? What do you understand by it? And is it really true?
Sir, yes, it was an observation in a particular case. I'm not remembering the name right now. So Honorable Supreme Court has said that CBI is like a caged parrot. I believe a lot of it is perception, and we are trying to slowly improve the situation within the CBI itself. And there are certain loopholes where we have seen the former CBI director itself was allegedly implicated in a case. But I think it is a professional agency, and we can see with the fact that whenever a happening happens in a local area in a state, the first demand for the victim is that this case should be handled by the CBI. This shows that people also trust the independence of the organization.
So, under what act CBI gets the powers? Which act is giving powers to CBI?
Sir, it is the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1956. Sir.
Okay, that's very good. And then what is the difference between CBI and ED?
Sir, Enforcement Director. First of all, the major difference is both the organizations come under different ministries. The Enforcement Directorate comes under the Finance Ministry, and the CBI has an overall functioning under the DOPT. Apart from that, ED specifically handles cases which are related to financial and economic matters.
No, it's clear. Just go further deep into it.
So
financial matters relating to
money laundering.
Money laundering.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And cases dealt with under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act are specifically dealt by Enforcement Directorate.
So what is this money laundering? Every day we are reading in the newspapers that money laundering by this, that, and what is this money laundering?
So money laundering is basically deliberate evasion of taxes. in the
but
country.
that is not money laundering. Money laundering, it means whosoever is not paying income tax is basically committing a crime of money laundering.
Sir, it is after the unaccounted income is converted and laundered into a white
So
income.
you are very close to the right answer.
Sir.
Just explore further in your brain.
So whatever unaccountable income is
And that income gets generated from
generated from illicit sources,
illicit, not only illicit, then
legal sources,
criminal
sorry.
acts.
Thank you for that input, sir.
Right? That is very important for you to know.
Yes,
It gets generated from criminal.
criminals.
Then only it is money laundering.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you have this illegal money, then you transfer it to another country, you purchase a house.
Yes, sir.
And this is all the criminal act.
Yes, sir. Exactly, sir.
So when you earn money by doing a criminal act, it's criminal act implication is basically money laundering.
Thank you, sir.
Now, it is again said again and again that when we talk about empowerment of women, is not strengthening her by laws and all those things. Unless she gets her own space, she cannot be empowered. And recently, just 5 days back, there is one article in Times of India.
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
Sir, I think the article basically focuses on the independence of women in our country.
What do you mean by independence? Suppose there is a lady. A lady is, can a lady in Delhi,
Yes,
or for that matter, any other city, can she move on her own in the night, walking in Connaught Place? Now
Yes.
you now just try to give the answer.
Yes,
What
sir.
is women's empowerment?
Yes, sir. I do believe that she can move, and she should have a voice and choice in this. Say,
So what is the meaning of she should have a space?
sir, it could mean in every aspect. Economically, she should have a space. She should have a say in economic aspects of a family. If we consider family as an entity in society, she should have a representation adequate, equally as the male counterpart is having. And politically also, as I see in my employers in Parliament of India, I see it. She should have a representation, which is currently 12%, and voters, there are 50% female voters in a country. So yes, she should have space in every aspect: the society, the economy, as well as the polity of our country. That is what my interpretation of that article is, sir.
Now just tell me, one thing which intrigues me a lot. We landed on Mars very easily.
Yes.
Right? That equipment landed there
Yes.
and did the exploration.
Yes.
So why couldn't we do the same thing on Moon? What is the basic difference?
Sir, we used a different launch vehicle, first of all.
No, launch vehicle is okay.
Yes.
That you can always make a choice of.
Yes,
But
sir.
what is the basic difference? That they're landing, even today, we shall land very
Sure.
easily on Mars.
So the basic difference is this
You've
difference
done,
of
and you've done engineering. That's why I'm asking you this question.
basic differences between hard landing and soft landing.
So why can't we have the soft landing there? We are having soft landing on Mars also. We're
So
not having that type of landing that everything is destroyed.
the impact landing, sorry. Sir.
There's not. So what is the difference between Mars, landing on Mars, and landing on Moon? Basic difference.
Sir, I'm not aware about the basic difference, but I can take a guess if you will allow me.
Yes, we just guess it.
Sir, I think the gravitational aspect has to be considered.
It is relating to gravitational aspect, but what it is?
It is 1/6. The gravity is 1/6.
Is it the Moon? Then what happens in Mars?
Sir, I'm not very sure about it. Sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
There's a point in the universe.
Yes, sir.
There's a point in the universe where if you take your spacecraft,
Okay, sir.
and US has already sent, India is sending this year.
Okay, sir.
From where you don't have to use any energy, you will automatically rotate in around a particular point.
Okay,
There will be a point around which you will be starting rotation, and then you can observe all the activities which are happening in the universe, along with the detailed functioning and happenings in sun. What is this point known as? Very, very common thing for engineers.
Sir, it is known as the Lagrangian points.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
That's very good. This I never expected that it would be so simple, but you have done a very nice thing on this. And last question from my side. No, when we talk about ethics, a civil servant is said that civil servant should not have any face. He should be faceless. The administrator, let's take for example IAS officer. Let's take he should be faceless. What does it mean?
Sir, he represents the steel frame of India. He should
No,
represent.
that is okay, but faceless. What does it mean that he should be faceless?
Sir, it means anonymity.
So why do we say that he should be having anonymity?
Sir, because there might be personality factors related. So I think the faceless aspect, what we try to achieve in an administrator being a faceless entity, that means the interface between public and the administration should be minimal.
No, but if you are collector, this should be the maximum. But then maximum number of people should be interacting with you, so that they can tell about their issues, their problems, their sorrows. They can seek your help. So there we cannot expect that the connection and connectivity will be reduced.
Yes, sir.
So why do we? This question is asked so many times in the interview. Remember it. Okay. What is the meaning of faceless bureaucrat?
Sir, I think what I can
Just
digest,
talk, because we want to know what is in your heart. There is no correct or wrong answer. Just remember it. So just tell me, what do you think about it?
Sir, we live in a democracy, and democracy is represents the voice of the people, and representatives cast upon themselves the general will of the people. So I think administration is not a democratic entity; it is a meritocratic entity. So the decisions that affect the day-to-day life of a citizen of a district should come from a system of steel frame of India, the bureaucracy.
Not speak steel frame. You just say that it is a system which should work perfectly.
System driven.
Yeah, it should be a system which should be working perfectly. Individuals are not that important. Individuals are there to run that system effectively and efficiently, so that they work as per the principles of probity in governance. That is the point.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
You have done this 3-year course in law.
Yes,
from Delhi University.
Yes, sir.
But there is 5-year course also.
Yes, sir. There is a 5-year course.
There are 2 courses.
There are 2.
You
courses.
opted for this.
Yes, sir.
What is the reason why not for the 5 years?
Sir, when I was in 11th class, the major decisions was taken by my family. And at that time, there was a general tendencies in middle class households that doctors and lawyers, people go in adversarial situations, and not a very positive outlook towards law, despite my mother being a lawyer. So they preferred that and I had an aptitude in science. So at that time, there was a particular wave regarding the bachelor's in technology, and I was fairly comfortable in that. So I preferred doing that.
3 years.
The BTech, bachelor's in technology. And after that, there is only one option left, that either you do the 3-year course, because you cannot complete a 5-year course, because a 5-year course include in itself a bachelor's degree as well as the law degree. So I was already a bachelor's in technology. So
why the salary is so low? I'm asking this question because of salary.
Yes, sir.
But why it is so low?
Sir,
You are this monthly remuneration.
Yes, sir.
Which you have mentioned.
Yes, sir.
It's 12,000.
Sir, it was a temporary project that I was handling. It was
but even for a graduate in engineering, BTech and LLB, this is not remunerative to your qualification and experience. 12,000.
Sir, it never occurred to me.
It must be, I think, minimum wages in Delhi, NCR. What is the minimum wages in NCR?
Sir, I'm not sure.
I think it must be more than 12,000. Anyway, you have mentioned your hobby. Is it your genuine hobby, or it is just, for the sake of hobby? You have mentioned your hobby.
Sir, I mentioned 3 hobbies, sir.
Which are these 3 hobbies?
So, first is playing with pet and stray animals.
So, what is this? Playing with pet and stray animals.
Yes, sir.
So, how you play with stray animals?
Sir, I live in a society where we have a lot of homeless animals. whether be it dogs and cats.
Suppose you are transferred somewhere else where there are no stray animals, then how your hobby will, how you will
How you
follow your
pursue,
hobby?
how you
How you will
pursue.
pursue this?
Sir, I'm thankful I'm living in a country that provides me the opportunities.
So, which animals you play with?
Sir, 80% of the time the dogs. I also own a pet, which is a female dog,
Hmm.
and there are cats as well, and there is one squirrel.
No, I'm talking about stray animals who are not pets. You mentioned
sir.
with the playing with the stray animals also.
Yes, so presently the stray animals that I am presently having a companionship of is.
But they are in your home, na? These are pets.
So they are in my colony, sir. I
Or
have
in
just
colony.
one female.
They are not pets.
Just
They are in the colony.
I only have one dog, sir.
Hmm.
One female dog,
Hmm.
but stray animals that I am currently having a companionship of is there is one cat, Christy, and there are two dogs. There is one squirrel.
What is the issue actually? The citizens in many part of the country, they request the administration to take care of stray animals, and at the same time there are people, there are NGOs who will cry foul, and you see, how you see it?
Sir, I think the government is lacking intervention in this particular aspect of our society, and I think government should proactively handle this situation in a compassionate manner. Right now, the approach of the government is basically oriented towards individual helps and as well as the help of a certain NGO.
You are the district collector.
Yes, sir.
Of a district. People come to you. Okay, there are thousands of cases of dog bite during morning walks. And sometimes in your civil hospital, there are no anti-rabies lab. You start some action, the NGOs come. And then actually there is pressure. How you will resolve that?
As a
District collector, the matter is referred to you.
Sir, the matter of this particular issue of
Yeah,
dog biting.
Yeah,
sir.
the NGOs, they are advocating that no, stray dogs, stray cattle, they are. You see the live, animals, so they have the right. You cannot, you see, kill them. You cannot take any action. You cannot torture. How you will resolve it?
Sir, I beg to differ, sir. My individual experiences, sir.
No. I'm not. I'm just asking you how you will resolve the conflicting, claims of both. The morning walkers are telling that you please take care of them. We don't want these dogs here.
Sir, there are obviously other people as well. For example, myself also, that are not being bitten. Yes, if there is a rogue dog who's carrying the strain of rabies, yes, that needs to be taken
But
care
how
of.
you will know actually
And the
which
municipal-
stray dog is having rabies? How you will know?
Sir, the person who has been bitten by that, and doctors, and there are obviously blood samples that can be taken from from.
Will you wait for that?
No, sir, but I will consult the person who has been bitten by a dog and who has been who has been identified as a person who
Doctor
has
will
who's
say,
having-
doctor, I'm the doctor. I'm telling you, watch this dog for 24 hours. If he dies, then there is rabies. If he's not dying, then, but by that time the damage is done. So how you will resolve that? There is no other method. This is the only method. You have to wait and you have to watch. The stray dogs will go to other colony. So you will keep chasing the stray dog, whether it alive or died.
So there are security guards as well in the
But
compound who.
You see, there are hundreds of cases. You see, the example where I am giving, there are thousands of cases.
Yes.
And people have come to you that, sir, please do something. How you will resolve it? Two groups. How you resolve that conflict?
Identifying a particular set of dogs in a particular area, I think municipalities needs to take care about it, and vaccination has to be done and left in the same community, because I believe that in a locality not every single person is attacked by dogs.
You are from Haridwar. Tell me how Uttarakhand or Haridwar area, Rishikesh area, has changed after splitting from Uttar Pradesh.
Sir, economically, it has prospered very well.
After the split.
After the
is
split,
that-
sir, yes, sir.
Okay.
And socially, it has remained almost the same. Politically, we have seen a lot of diverse representation within the district of Haridwar itself.
Do you think it was for good of Uttarakhand area to? Now, why it has economically grown now?
So because it became a center of it became a major metropolitan center of Uttarakhand, and a lot of offices, for example, the Public Service Commission has come to Haridwar. Tourist
Okay.
potential has been focused very well. Before pre-2000 era, the religious tourism angle was probably overshadowed
So,
by.
what are the major industries?
Sir, it has a major industrial Sidkul area in the Haridwar district itself, and automobile industry is there, plastic packaging industry is there, thermocol, tetra packing industries is there.
How is the Badi area doing? That was
Sir?
identified.
Sorry, sir,
Uh,
I'm not able to hear you.
I think Badi area is called. It was identified as special zone some 10 years back, 10, 15 years back.
Actually, it is Badi.
Badi area, sir. Sir, I'm not
You
aware
don't
of this.
know. Okay. You're working with water management, or you have worked.
Sir, I have worked for 6 months at IIT Roorkee.
So, what do you think all this plan of joining river waters from north to south?
Yes,
Have
sir.
you heard of it?
Yes, sir.
So, what is that plan and what is good and bad about it?
So the plan is a very ambitious plan, and it basically entails to use the surplus water in northern rivers, which are supplied by Himalayan waters, and connect it to deficit rivers in the south as well as the Deccan. But yes, there are certain issues that needs to be addressed, and which the government is focusing on right now.
Like what?
So, like there is a problem of feasibility of a project, the pipeline connectivity. There is a problem of land acquisition when we use these interlinking of canals. There is problem of political backlash that comes.
But has such system worked anywhere?
Sir, yes, sir, it has worked. The Bhakra Nangal, the Indira Gandhi Canal project is supplying water to arid areas of Rajasthan. It has worked very. In fact, I live and stay at the banks of the Upper Ganga Canal. It also links the arid regions of Western Uttar Pradesh from the main river of Ganga.
But then why will it not work in this north-south link?
Sir, as I said, it is a huge and ambitious project, sir.
Okay.
A lot of states are involved. A lot of stakeholders are involved.
Tell me, what's the difference between democracy and republic?
Sir, republic is the head is a elected representative and not a titular head, not a hereditary head. And democracy is a procedural aspect of that it is the will of the people is represented in the state.
Yes, so when you say democracy is elected one and republic is a head, I mean that difference makes the difference, right?
No, sir.
So India is what?
India is a democratic republic, sir.
And which are the countries which are not democratic republic? What are the other kind of democracy?
So this, for example, the United Kingdom is not a republic. It is a constitutional monarchy, sir. The head is the queen. That is a hereditary head of the state.
But it's still democracy.
Yes, sir. It is still democracy, sir.
So what's the role of symbolic head?
Sir, it has to do with the historical aspects of it. Apart from that, the federal polity of India demands that a the head of the state should also represent the federal units of our country.
Okay. And finally, tell me which are the new sectors, economy that we should look forward to in the coming decade.
So one is the digital economy. The other is the artificial intelligence, the big data technology, and the fourth industrial revolution that we are talking about. And that is what I can recollect right now, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So, Mr. Raj, how many army generals has Uttarakhand given?
Sir, I'm not aware about it, sir.
Can you give me any names? Make any guesses? Someone from Uttarakhand, army general.
So the current chief of defense staff is from Uttarakhand, sir.
Who else? Some very famous person.
I'm not aware about
Who
it,
was
sir.
Sam Manekshaw.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So there was recently a controversy about sending our tennis team to Pakistan. What was that matter?
Sir, when the diplomatic relations between two countries are on have an animosity between, and when we're not playing cricket with them, then sending a tennis team for Davis Cup was considered as not a very prudent move in diplomatic areas, sir.
And who was head of that particular tennis organization? Leander Pace, or what was his name?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm not aware. I'm not able to recollect right now.
Who is Nick Kyrgios?
Sir, he's an Australian.
And why
men's-
he remains in controversy?
Sir, I think because of his temper, sir.
Can you give some example?
So there was in the preceding Australian Open we had, he smashed, I guess, if I'm collecting it right, then I guess he smashed 3 rackets on the court at different occasions.
And once there was an incident when he was feeling bored, so he deliberately lost the match because he wanted to go home early.
Yes, sir.
So my question is, if you are the head of this, whatever is their international organization, what action will you take against the gentleman?
So number one, I agree that this is against the spirit of sportsmanship, and action is desirable if there is a specific rule in the professional tennis circuit that once the warning is given, and after that you might lose a point, and the third warning is a temporary ban on a play.
Suppose that this guy is in habit of doing this regularly. So one section says that you temporarily ban him, and then there is also another section of your marketing executives who are suggesting you that let him continue because this type of people, they create more reality show feeling and it will bring more audience to the and advertisement revenue. So then what will you do?
Sir, I think rules are rules, sir. If specifically anger and aggression is nice against an opponent, but anger, if it materializes into anger, then it is specifically against the spirit of sportsmanship.
Serena Williams was also in controversy for displaying her anger. Are you familiar with that?
At times, yes, sir. She has not.
She even accused one referee
Yes,
of being misogynist and anti-African.
yes, sir. I know
what was
about that
that case?
controversy. I know about that controversy, sir. And if there is a
So which rule was she violating in that particular episode?
sir, I'm not aware about the rules, sir.
Oh, okay, no issue. Are you familiar with this SDG 2019 index, Sustainable Development Goals?
Yes, sir. I've read in the newspaper report.
So what is the rank of Uttarakhand?
Sir, I'm not aware about the fact.
Okay, in front runner category, performer category, could you make a guess? Achiever category, aspirant category.
Sir, I have very sparse knowledge on this, sir.
Okay, no, sure, that is all. First of all, I would like to congratulate you that you have been answering very bravely,
Thank you so much, sir.
right? And you never showed your lack of confidence. Never.
Thank you so much.
Secondly, what we have found that your explanation of different things is good, but we want to suggest few things to you.
so that you improve your performance. in the interview. When is your interview?
So next month, 18th March.
18 months. You have sufficient time.
Yes, sir.
So we want to suggest you a few things. One, that you should gather more knowledge.
Okay, sir.
More knowledge, right? So how it can be done in this small period of 1 month?
Newspaper, sir.
Only newspapers.
Yes, sir.
Right? No need of referring to any book.
Okay, sir.
First. Secondly, whenever you are entering into the interview hall,
Yes, sir.
the first thing which you should learn is that never lose confidence. Initially, what happened when you came here, you were not answering very confidently.
Okay, sir.
Later on, you developed the spirit, and when you found that you were able to answer difficult questions, well, I asked you very, very difficult questions to you, and which you answered. So that generated a lot of confidence. It means knowledge basically makes one person very, very confident.
Confident.
Which newspaper are you reading?
Sir, the Indian Express and the Times of India, sir.
Okay, both are very good. Both are very good newspapers. So you continue reading them, and I would suggest you one thing. There is a very small concept of separating these news items which you think are important now. You can just make GS 1, 2, 3, 4
Okay, sir.
categorization. So you apply for your existence, I'm telling you specifically, not to other students. We have not talked this thing to other students. You just make a format of GS 1, 2, 3, 4 on your laptop, on PPT.
Okay, sir.
And suppose GS1, so write the complete syllabus of GS1.
Okay,
so now, whatsoever is in the syllabus, you try to search that for in the newspaper. Not from newspaper to the slide.
The reverse.
Reverse. It should be done reverse.
Okay,
It will give you such a immense quality of knowledge that you will yourself be surprised.
Okay, sir.
Every day it will take only 2 hours, and you have whole day to do it. Right? So it will take 2 hours maximum.
Yes, sir.
You spend these 2 hours and brush up your knowledge with your optional, your knowledge of law. Okay, that you are okay with, but you should brush up knowledge.
Okay, sir.
But mainly the questions will be asked from what is happening around you.
Okay, sir.
One thing, another point which should be noted by you, that every time when you are appearing in an interview board, they are trying to judge basically what is coming from inside of you. They are not bothered about whether the question is answered rightly or wrongly. We just want to judge whether it is coming from the heart within, whether you really believe in what you are speaking. That is most important. So what I have spoken, whether you really believe in what you are speaking.
Okay, sir.
That should be very, very confidently remembered for the interview.
Okay, sir.
Lastly, you should attempt at that particular moment that before answering the question, because there is no point in again saying that I don't know.
Obviously.
There's a good thing. There's really good thing that honestly you are saying that. It's a very good thing. But if you apply your mind, because I have seen that once you have applied your mind, you have been able to give the answer. You have been able to connect the facts. So give some pause.
Okay,
Whenever you are finding that this answer is not directly coming into your brain, hold it for some seconds.
Okay, sir.
No board will ever object to it. Okay. So you then comprehend and make an answer which you think is appropriate.
Okay, sir.
So instead of just saying that I don't know, if you get during that period something which empowers you, which clicks in your brain,
Okay, sir.
you say that I'm not very much aware about it, but I'm making an attempt, honest attempt to give the answer. So then how do you present yourself in that answer
That is more important.
will be very important, and that will give you marks. Okay, wear very simple dress, no new dress,
Definitely, sir.
no new dress. Whatsoever you have, you wear, but it should be a formal dress.
Formal dress, sir.
Because this is a formal occasion.
Obviously,
This is deciding your career,
Obviously, sir.
right? So you should have a very formal dressing up.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, things are very good with you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now, is there any question from your side?
Sir, I have 2-3 questions. I have a particular problem when a particular member speaks. Last interview experience I had, a member was speaking very cynically. for the India-China border problem. कि यार कुछ होता नहीं है. India is not doing
In
its
UPSC?
bit in UPSC interviews.
Mhm.
India is not doing its bit, and China is also not very serious about solving the issue. ये सब बेकार है, तो सब diplomatic बातें कर रहे हो तुम. जो real बताओ मेरे को, and you're reading wrong books and ऐसे करके. I get very tensed कि what should I now? How should I approach the question now? That is
It's very simple.
yes sir.
And that is only provoking you.
Exactly sir.
So we also did this exercise with 2-3 students today,
Yes, sir.
in class today. By this they are provoking you, whether you get irritated or not. This is the first thing they are checking. Number one. Number two, if you remember, you might have studied in ethics. How do we criticize them?
Yes sir.
What is the basic fundamental of criticism?
Constructive criticism.
One is constructive criticism, and secondly, it should always correlate to the possible resolution.
Okay.
It should be giving
Solution.
simultaneously giving a possible resolution,
Solution oriented. It should be.
solution.
Yes sir.
So you can always, or you should always say in such a situation, sir, what you are saying is factually might be right, and this is what you want to say. And they say, but I am of the view, sir. I'm of the view that if we do these things, in addition to what is being done by Government of India in this regard, we will certainly achieve the permanent solution.
Okay.
Don't bother what they are doing. They are checking you. Basically, they are checking you.
Checking is
Whether you get provoked and get restless and you just get disoriented in the interview. Don't bother.
yes sir.
You just try to use that formula of criticism.
It should be solution oriented.
Solution. So, sir, honestly, I want to speak that this is what I think, and I am very sure this will add some greater possibility of reaching to a solution.
Okay sir.
That's what they want from you.
So not be tense. Even if suppose one member is feeling otherwise, there are 4.
There are 4 other.
So
And remember it. Basically, in interview, nobody is against the candidate. Why should be? When you are sitting there, I don't know you even. First time we are meeting, so I will never be against you.
Obviously sir.
I will never be against you. The only thing is that I might not like what you are speaking. So you have to convince by logical reasoning that you might or might not be correct. But this is the reasoning which I have taken for giving this particular answer.
Okay sir.
So you have to emphasize, sir, this is my understanding. This is the way I have analyzed it. You show it and you should tell it that this is the way I have analyzed it. Because in the interview board, we always want that the candidate should analyze it.
Analyze it obviously.
Right?
Logical
So, sir, I have analyzed it and this is based on my analysis. This is the situation. Then you will find a very different atmosphere there.
And sir, one more thing is there. In the last interview that I had, so I was taking guidance from different panels. So I'm very comfortable in speaking in points. That these 3 are the main issues. These 2 are the main issues.
Okay. That's very
But
good.
they said that it's sounding very mechanical.
No. They are wrong. I am again telling you.
Yes, sir.
One thing should be very clear in your mind. These people who advise you, they generally don't have experience of interviews.
Might
They
be
go
so.
by theory.
Yes, sir. Might be the case.
Yeah. Basically, they are very different. In interview, they are very differently oriented. People are very differently oriented. They want to keep you comfortable. We are basically interested in knowing what you know. We are never interested in what you don't know. What is the advantage of troubling some person? So there is no discussion taking place. Suppose I get you stuck up to a point where you stop speaking. So what I'm evaluating in you? No point. So basically, I want to continue that discussion. This is my objective is also that when I am interviewing you,
Yes, sir.
I want to know more and more about you. More about
In
you,
some
remember it.
circumstances, there may be a meaning to what they are saying. Because suppose you say 3 points, but then you are unable to elaborate on any of them. So it becomes a robotic answer. Then they think that this is, you have to involve in a conversation.
Conversation, basically.
Like what you were involved for a length of time with sir. So it's a involved discussion, not just.
You're doing very well. Don't bother about that. Don't go by these advices. I'm telling you. Whatsoever is there in you is right. Remember it.
Okay, sir.
So just prune it further.
Bullet points are actually very good, provided you can
Justify.
you can
Because
justify.
what happens when you are giving bullet points? Then generally what happens that you give them some leads. And those leads give you very, very difficult situations.
Exactly, sir.
There is no point in creating difficult situations for yourself.
Obviously.
So whatsoever has been asked, try to explain them and just think that you are having a conversation with that board. Don't get scared. Be confident and continue that conversation.
And this was good actually.
Very good.
This has been
Hmm.
proved actually. You're right. Then what is the next?
Sir, one more thing. Like, for example, if a particular member asks me a question, this happened to me last year, that he was telling me about India, China, and this is happening and that is happening. This is a border dispute. President Ji came and Narendra Modi Ji went there. And he asked me, do you think both countries are serious about it? So I was taught that I should be very to the point. So I said, yes, sir, it is right. So, but it came out as a very rude expression.
this should never be done.
You should say that they ought to be serious. Now, when you
Yes.
say they ought to be serious,
Ah.
you are not saying yes and no.
Yeah.
You are saying that they should be serious.
I should also explain a bit
You should explain.
because it sounds
Because
very rude.
again, we have been discussing for so long now.
Yes, sir.
Whatsoever you're speaking, you should try to give logical reasoning for that. Because we want to, again, I am emphasizing, we want to know what is there inside you.
Okay.
Yes, there is no answer.
Obviously, sir.
See, you can say that the head of the states cannot afford to be not
Not
serious,
serious.
on an issue like this. So they, I presume, and I'm sure they are very serious. So that's a kind of convincing answer. Now, reality, nobody knows.
Obviously.
Okay?
All the very best.
Thank you so much.
And don't interact with lot many people.
Okay, sir.
Someone will advise X, someone will advise Y, someone will advise Z.
Okay, sir.
The actual truth is, you have everything and preserve it.
You are in right direction.
And you are in right direction.
Thank you so much, sir.